First contact shock. Lieutenant Maya Kesh stared at her sensor display aboard the Galactic Council vessel Starweaver, her four eyes blinking in rapid succession as she processed the impossible readings before her. The unknown ship had appeared from nowhere, its energy signature unlike anything recorded in the Council's vast database of known species. Senior Navigator Kesh, report, Commander Vextal demanded, his crystalline form shifting colors with impatience. The bridge crew of the Starweaver, representing 6 different species of the Galactic Council, all turned to watch her response. Maya's tendrils twisted nervously as she enhanced the scan. Commander, the vessel appears to be utilizing some form of gravity manipulation we've never encountered. It's bending space itself to move. She paused, her scaled skin flushing a deeper blue. Sir, the energy output suggests technological capabilities far beyond our own. Vextal's crystalline surface flickered red, a sign of agitation among his kind. Impossible. The Council represents every spacefaring race in the known galaxy. There cannot be unknown ships with superior technology. The mysterious vessel hung in space before them, its sleek design defying conventional engineering principles. No visible propulsion systems, no standard communication arrays, just smooth curves that seemed to drink in the starlight. Sir, Maya's voice wavered slightly. The ship is scanning us. Offensive systems, Vextal demanded. No, sir, but Maya's tendrils coiled tightly against her neck. They're bypassing all our security protocols. They're reading everything. The bridge fell silent. The Starweaver's security systems were among the most sophisticated in Council space. Nothing could penetrate them so easily. Nothing should. A gentle chime echoed through the bridge, and every display simultaneously activated with the same message. We come in peace. Maya's heart nearly stopped. The message was in perfect Council standard, but the linguistic patterns were completely foreign. Before anyone could react, a second message appeared. We are human. Humans. Vextal's voice carried an edge of disbelief. The myth species. Maya's research focus during her academy years had been on pre-Council civilizations. The humans were nothing but stories, tales of a species that had supposedly achieved faster than light travel millennia ago, only to vanish without a trace. Some claimed they had transcended physical form, others that they had destroyed themselves. But all agreed, humans weren't real. Sir, Maya's voice was barely a whisper now. They're requesting permission to send a representative aboard. Vextal's crystalline form pulsed with rapid color changes, the equivalent of nervous pacing for his species. Denied. We need to contact Council High Command immediately. Commander, Maya's voice strengthened as she studied the continuing stream of data from the human vessel. They've already transmitted their complete technological specifications, medical data, and cultural information. They're being completely transparent. The amount of information flowing through her console was staggering. Centuries of scientific advancement, artistic achievements, philosophical treatises, all freely given. This violated every first contact protocol she'd ever studied. Advanced species were supposed to be paranoid, protective of their achievements. This open sharing of knowledge was unprecedented. Sir, Maya continued, her professional demeanor cracking slightly. According to this data, they've been watching us. All of us. For centuries. They've been guiding us. The human ship shifted slightly, and new data appeared on Maya's screen. Star charts showing human observation posts throughout Council space, careful documentation of interventions prevented, disasters averted, all without any species ever knowing they were there. They're saying they've stayed hidden to allow natural cultural development, but Maya's tendrils trembled as she processed the implications. They're saying it's time for that to end. Something's coming, Commander. Something that requires us to work together. A new message appeared on the main viewing screen, large enough for the entire bridge crew to read. We have watched, we have waited, we have helped from the shadows. But now we need each other. The galaxy is about to change forever. Will you help us? Commander Vextel's crystalline form had settled into a deep purple, the color of deep thought among his kind. Lieutenant Kesh, you've studied the human myths more than anyone else on this ship. What's your assessment? Maya stared at the elegant vessel before them, her mind racing through every legend, every story, every supposed encounter with the mysterious humans. The myths all shared one common thread. Humans never acted without reason. Sir, she straightened in her chair, her decision made. I think we need to hear what they have to say. The human ship hung silently in space, waiting for their response. In that moment, Maya Kesh knew she was witnessing the end of one era and the beginning of another. The galaxy had changed forever, and she was standing at the edge of that change. Commander Vextel's form shifted to the bright gold of resolution. Open a channel, Lieutenant. Let's meet these humans of yours. As Maya's fingers moved across her console to establish communication, she couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't just first contact. This was the beginning of something much bigger, something that would reshape the galaxy itself. The humans had chosen this moment, this ship, this crew for a reason, and she was about to find out why. The impossible truth. The human delegation materialized on the Starweaver's bridge without using the transportation bay. Maya's tendrils coiled in shock. Their technology clearly surpassed even their transmitted specifications. 3 figures stood before them, wearing what appeared to be simple gray clothing that seemed to shift and move like liquid metal. The central figure stepped forward, and Maya felt her breath catch. The human appeared female, with dark skin and eyes that seemed to hold centuries of knowledge. When she spoke, her voice carried both warmth and authority. I am Ambassador Sarah Chen of the Earth Collective. We apologize for the dramatic entrance, but time is precious. She gestured to her companions, both of whom appeared to be studying the bridge crew with intense interest. My colleagues, Dr. Marcus Webb and Security Chief Area Torres. Commander Vextel's crystalline form stabilized into a formal diplomatic configuration. I am Commander Vextel of the Galactic Council vessel Starweaver. You claim to be human, a species that exists only in myth. You must understand our skepticism. Ambassador Chen smiled, and Maya noticed something subtle about her movements, something almost artificial. Your skepticism is natural, Commander. Humanity has worked very hard to maintain our mythical status, but perhaps a demonstration is in order. The ambassador raised her hand, and suddenly the bridge was filled with holographic displays. But these were unlike any holoprojections Maya had ever seen. They were crystal clear, showing scenes from throughout Council history, the prevention of the Nexus War, the mysterious disappearance of the planet-killing Zorax weapon, the miraculous recovery of the Centaurian plague victims. We were there, Chen said softly. At every critical moment in Council history, humanity has worked from the shadows to preserve peace and progress, not to control or dominate, but to protect and guide. Maya found herself speaking before she could stop herself. The archival anomalies. That was you. The other bridge officers looked at her in confusion, but Chen nodded approvingly. Very good, Lieutenant Kesh. Yes, the mysterious gaps in historical records, the unexplained technological leaps, the disappeared threats, all our work. We believe the galaxy needed to develop naturally, without the overwhelming influence of a more advanced civilization. Dr. Webb stepped forward, his eyes focusing on Maya's console. Your current sensor technology is remarkably advanced. Your own work, Lieutenant. Maya's scales flushed with pride. Yes, I modified the quantum resonance arrays to detect. She stopped suddenly, realizing something. You've been watching me, haven't you? We've been watching many promising individuals throughout Council space, Chen admitted. Those who push boundaries, who see beyond the accepted limitations of their society. People like you, Lieutenant, who might help bridge the gap between our civilizations when the time came. Commander Vextel's form pulsed with agitation. And why has that time come now? Why reveal yourselves after centuries of hiding? The atmosphere in the room changed instantly. The three humans exchanged grave looks before Chen spoke again. Because the void is awakening. The words meant nothing to Maya, but she felt a chill run through her body. Chief Torres stepped forward, activating a new holographic display. The image showed what appeared to be empty space, but as Maya watched, she realized the darkness was moving. 3 months ago, we detected something at the edge of known space, Torres explained, her voice tight with controlled tension. A massive nothing. Not dark matter, not a black hole, but the complete absence of everything. It's growing, and it's conscious. Dr. Webb continued, his hands moving through the holographic data. We fought it before, long ago. It nearly destroyed us. We survived only by learning to transcend our original physical limitations. He gestured to his own body. What you see are biosynthetic avatars, interfaces between our true forms and the physical world. Maya's scientific mind raced with the implications. You're not truly physical beings anymore. We are something in between, Chen said carefully. We evolved beyond pure organic life, but chose to maintain our connection to the physical world. We couldn't bring ourselves to completely abandon our humanity. Commander Vextel's color had shifted to deep indigo, the shade of profound concern. Why come to us? If you're so advanced, surely you can handle this threat alone. Chen's expression softened, because we learned the hard way that technology alone isn't the answer. The void feeds on isolation, on separation. It can only be defeated through connection, through the combined strength of multiple species working together. We need each other. Maya found herself studying the human avatars more closely. Despite their obvious technological advancement, she could see something deeply familiar in their expressions, their gestures, their concern for others. They were still, at their core, people. How long do we have? She asked. Days. Torres replied grimly. The void's expansion is accelerating. We need to begin preparations immediately. The Council will never agree in time, Vextel stated. The bureaucracy alone. Which is why we came to you first, Chen interrupted. This ship, this crew, represents the best aspects of the Council. You've proven yourselves adaptable, innovative, willing to challenge conventions. We don't need the entire Council yet. We need you. Maya felt the weight of the moment settle over the bridge. Everything she thought she knew about galactic history, about her own people's development, had been rewritten in the span of minutes. And now they were being asked to face an unimaginable threat alongside beings out of legend. She looked at Commander Vextel, seeing his crystalline form shift through colors of deliberation. Finally, he stabilized into the gold of decision. What do you need us to do? Alliance in crisis. The Starweaver's engine core pulsed with new power, enhanced by human technology, that Maya still couldn't fully comprehend. In the 12 hours since first contact, her world had transformed completely. The humans had integrated their systems with the ships, turning the already impressive Council vessel into something extraordinary. Maya worked alongside Dr. Webb at her sensor station, watching in amazement as he manipulated quantum fields with casual ease. The void operates on principles that defy conventional physics, he explained, his fingers dancing through holographic displays. It doesn't just consume matter and energy. It erases the very laws that govern reality. But how is that possible? Maya's tendrils twisted in confusion. The fundamental constants of the universe are only constant until they're not. Webb interrupted with a gentle smile. Your people were close to discovering this. That's part of why we chose this moment to reveal ourselves. You were about to stumble into knowledge you weren't prepared to handle. Before Maya could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. Ambassador Chen and Security Chief Torres rushed onto the bridge as Commander Vextel's crystalline form flashed urgent patterns. Report, Vextel demanded. Maya's fingers flew across her enhanced console. Massive disturbance at the edge of the Helios sector. It's exactly like their readings of the void. The main view screen activated, showing a region of space that seemed to blur and twist. Stars within the affected area weren't just going dark. They were being unmade, their light retroactively erased from existence. It's happening faster than we predicted, Chen said grimly. The void is learning, adapting to this universe's physical laws more quickly than before. Before? Maya asked. You mean it's done this in other universes? Torres nodded, her expression grim. The void is a remnant of the universe that existed before this one. It seeks to return everything to that state of pre-existence. We discovered this too late in our own development. Billions died before we learned to fight it. Commander Vextel's form pulsed with urgent colors. The Helios sector contains 17 council colonies. We need to evacuate them immediately. There isn't time, Chen said softly. The void will reach them before any conventional evacuation could be completed. We need to try something else. She turned to Maya. Lieutenant, your work on quantum resonance arrays, how confident are you in your theories? Maya's scales flushed. They're largely untested, but the mathematical models suggest. They're correct. Webb interrupted. We've been following your research. With our technology to enhance your designs, we might be able to create a resonance barrier, not to stop the void, but to slow it down. The Council would never approve an untested technology of this scale, Vextal warned. The Council isn't here, Torres pointed out. We are. And those colonies don't have any other option. Maya's heart raced as she pulled up her research data. The power requirements would be enormous. We'd need to link multiple stations together, create a network of quantum resonators all operating in perfect sync. We can handle the power, Chen assured her. What we need is your understanding of Council technology, your insight into how to make this work with existing systems. Commander Vextel's form shifted through various colors before settling into the gold of decision. How long would this barrier give us? If it works. Maya calculated quickly. Maybe 48 hours. Enough time to evacuate the colonies if we start immediately. If it works, Torres emphasized. The resonance could also attract the void's attention, make it focus on this sector more intensely. Maya looked at the display showing the doomed sector. 17 colonies, millions of lives, all about to be erased from existence. Her research had always been theoretical, pushing boundaries that her supervisors had called unnecessary. Now those theories might be the only thing standing between entire worlds and oblivion. We'll need to modify at least 3 Council communication arrays, she said, her voice growing stronger. Convert them into resonator stations. The quantum fields will need to be perfectly calibrated. Even a microsecond of misalignment could collapse the entire barrier. Webb nodded approvingly. I can help with the calibrations. The human quantum technology we've integrated into the Starweaver can serve as the control hub. And what happens when the Council realizes what we're doing? Vextal asked. By then, it'll be too late to stop us, Chen said with a hint of a smile. They'll be too busy evacuating colonies to worry about unauthorized technological modifications. Maya's tendrils coiled with nervous energy as she began mapping out the resonator network. She had dreamed of testing her theories, but never like this, never with millions of lives hanging in the balance. The nearest array is in the Proxima system, she said, bringing up the coordinates. We can reach it in 6 hours at maximum speed. Make it 3, Chen replied. The humans exchanged knowing looks before she continued. There are a few more modifications we can make to your engines, assuming you're willing to bend Council regulations even further. Commander Vextel's crystalline surface rippled with what might have been amusement. I believe we're well past regulations at this point. Ambassador, Lieutenant Kesh, work with Dr. Webb on the resonator designs. The rest of us will begin coordinating with the colonies. His form pulsed once with brilliant light, the color of absolute authority. Let's make history, again. As the bridge crew rushed to their assignments, Maya caught Ambassador Chen watching her with an unreadable expression. "What is it?" she asked. "You remind me of us," Chen said softly. "Humanity. I mean, before we transcended. Always pushing boundaries, asking questions, refusing to accept limitations. We chose well when we chose this ship and this crew." Maya's scales flushed again, but she held the ambassador's gaze. "We won't let you down." "No," Chen agreed with a warm smile. "I don't believe you will." Hidden knowledge. The Starweaver streaked through space, its enhanced engines pushing the boundaries of physics in ways that made Maya's scientific mind reel. As they approached the first communication array in the Proxima system, she and Dr. Webb worked frantically to finalize the resonator modifications. "There's something you're not telling us," Maya said quietly as they worked. She had noticed the subtle glances between the humans, the way they seemed to be holding something back. "Something about why you chose this moment to reveal yourselves." Webb's hands paused over the holographic controls. For a moment, he seemed to be having an internal debate. Finally, he spoke. "The void isn't just attacking randomly. It's being drawn here. By us. By humans." Maya's tendrils went rigid. "What?" "When we transcended our physical forms, we created a bridge between states of existence. The void sensed that bridge. It's been following our quantum signature across the cosmos, consuming everything in its path." Webb's expression was haunted. "We've been running for millennia, staying hidden not just to protect other species' development, but to protect them from what follows us." Before Maya could respond, Ambassador Chen's voice came over the ship's comm. "We're approaching the array. Lieutenant Kesh, are you ready?" Maya pushed her questions aside, focusing on the task at hand. "Yes, Ambassador. The modification plans are complete. We'll need about 30 minutes to reconfigure the array's quantum matrix." "Make it 20, Torres cut in. The void's expansion rate just increased by 12%. The Starweaver dropped out of its enhanced flight mode, coming alongside the massive communication array. The structure was a triumph of council engineering, a kilometers-wide web of quantum receivers and transmitters that helped maintain the faster-than-light communication network. Maya and Webb transported to the array's control center, their environmental suits automatically adjusting to the minimal atmosphere. As they worked to modify the systems, Maya couldn't stop thinking about Webb's revelation. "The bridge you created," she said as they rerouted power conduits. "It wasn't an accident, was it? You were trying to reach something." Webb's hands moved with inhuman speed across the control panels. "We thought we could understand the fundamental nature of existence. We pushed too far, too fast. Pride, that's one human trait we never managed to transcend." Alarms suddenly blared through the array. Maya rushed to check the sensors, her heart stopping as she processed the readings. "The void, it's changing course. Coming straight for us. It senses what we're doing," Webb said grimly. "The quantum modifications are attracting its attention. Ambassador, we need options." Chen's voice crackled through their comms. "Continue the modifications. Commander Vextel, move the Starweaver into position. We're going to try something we've never attempted with a council ship." Maya worked frantically, her tendrils moving in concert with her hands as she rerouted massive amounts of power through systems never designed to handle such energy. Webb's movements became even faster, his avatar's form slightly blurring as he pushed its capabilities to their limit. Through the array's viewport, Maya saw the Starweaver take up position between them and the approaching darkness. The ship's hull began to glow with an impossible light, its human-modified systems pulsing with power that defied her understanding. "Lieutenant," Commander Vextel's voice was steady despite his form showing colors of extreme stress. "Your modifications are our only chance to save those colonies. Complete your work. We'll hold off the void." Maya's fingers flew across the controls, tears forming in her lower eyes as she watched her commander prepare to face an impossible enemy. "The resonance field isn't ready. You'll be erased." "No," Chen's voice carried an odd echo, as if multiple versions of her were speaking at once. We didn't come all this way to lose anyone else to the void. Dr. Webb, initiate Protocol Omega. Webb's avatar suddenly stabilized, his form becoming crystal clear. Ambassador, that's not tested with Council technology. Nothing we're doing is tested. Do it. Maya watched in awe as Webb's hands moved in patterns that seemed to bend reality itself. The Starweaver's hull rippled, its structure seemingly folding through dimensions she couldn't comprehend. Energy readings spiraled into impossible numbers. "What are you doing?" she whispered. "Showing you what humanity really is." Webb replied softly. "What we became when we faced our own extinction." His avatar flickered, becoming transparent, revealing a form of pure energy beneath. "We didn't just transcend our bodies, Lieutenant. We transcended the limitations of space and time itself." The Starweaver transformed before Maya's eyes. The ship's hull became translucent, revealing a lattice of pure energy that pulsed in perfect harmony with the quantum resonators they were creating. It was as if the ship had become a window into another level of reality. "The resonators," Webb explained as they worked, "they're not just meant to create a barrier. They're meant to create a bridge. Like the one that drew the void to us, but controlled, directed." Maya's scientific mind raced ahead of his words. "You're going to direct the void's attention. Give it a path to follow away from populated space." "Yes, but we needed your help. Council technology, Council understanding. The void adapts to whatever it encounters. Our technology alone isn't enough anymore. We need new approaches, new perspectives." He looked at her intently. "We need you, Maya. All of you." The erase systems pulsed with new life as the modifications took hold. Maya watched as quantum fields aligned, creating harmonics she had only theorized about in her most ambitious research. The impossible was becoming possible before her eyes. "Final connections complete," she reported. "Resonance field is stabilizing." Through the viewport, she could see the edge of the void approaching, an absence that hurt her eyes to look at. But now the Starweaver stood between them and oblivion, its transformed structure glowing with defiance against the dark. "Well done, Lieutenant." Chen's voice had lost its echo, becoming something both more and less than human. "Now, let's show you what humanity and the Council can really do together."